Thank you for joining us today. Today we will be doing the adult take and make stargazing and constellation jar. By now you should have picked up your materials, which should include a jar, a toothpick, some cardboard, an LED candle, some aluminum foil, a stargazing handout, which will be that little brochure thing, and a constellation reference handout. That's just if you want specific constellations in your constellation jar, or you can make your own. We're going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to tilt my screen downwards so you'll be able to see what I'm doing. All right, the first thing we are going to do is take our jar and also take our, oops, might be very noisy, aluminum foil. And our sheet is actually bigger than our jar, so we're going to go ahead and fold it in half. You might have to do that with yours as well. We're going to go ahead and fold that in half. And then for reference for how long our aluminum needs to be, we're just going to take the jar, and you can even see like it's still a little too tall, so I'll cut that to size here momentarily. We're just going to roll our jar very carefully along it, keeping flat. And then once you've got one full 180 around the jar, maybe just a little bit over, go ahead and either mark where you need to cut or just cut along the side there. I'm just going to cut along the side. Here we go. And we can discard that. And that is our first step. And I'm actually going to go ahead and, if you don't want to cut, the other option you can do is to just fold till it's about the right height. So that's what I'm going to do. All right. We can put our jar aside for right now. Grab our cardboard. You guys will have various sizes. We're going to take our toothpick, and there's two options here. You can either draw or plan your dots accordingly, or you can just start poking through. Make sure you do different sizes. So the way to do that is to just do like a cluster until you have a slightly bigger hole. So go ahead and hold that up. And you're just going to do this until you're done. And so I'll go ahead and do this for a little bit. I'm not going to worry about a constellation. They are fun to do if you like them, but you don't need to have a cool project. The reason you want varied sizes in your stars there is because stars are all different sizes. And that's what makes our night sky so beautiful. You find it's a little difficult to use the cardboard as your back support so that way you don't poke yourself. You're welcome to like use a different surface. We just provided cardboard because it was nice and safe, so that way no one would get like hurt. But if you find something works better for you, use what works better for you. So once you have your holes the way that you want them to be, we're going to go ahead and get rid of this. We don't need that anymore. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and roll our aluminum foil back up using our jar as a reference. So let's go ahead and do that again. And when it gets to about here-ish, not quite all the way, go ahead and undo it just a little bit, keeping that shape in place. And then let's go ahead and finish this up as best as we're able to, because the outside is not going to be the same size as how we get the aluminum to actually fit. So we're going to carefully just do our best. And then from here, I just want to try and make it nice and even as possible, but we got a pretty good guy going there. We can turn on our lights, and in particularly dark rooms, what you'll be able to see is the stars lighting up in your jar. It's not dark enough in this room, so give me a moment while I go find a nice dark space. Okay, so you can't see me, and that's okay because you don't want too much light to interfere with your ability to see your beautiful constellation jar. And actually, as you can see, it looks like I didn't quite get it right on the back. Well, you can't see what I'm gesturing at, but you can see there's not a lot of stars. So if I wanted to, I could remove the aluminum foil and go back over that. So this is a fun project because you can modify it as necessary. If you want a brighter jar, just add another LED light. We provided you with one, but you might need to get more. Thank you again for joining us today. We hope you had a good time and you learned this really cool craft. Take it with you when you go stargazing. We did provide some basic tips for viewing the summer sky, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and I think you will all enjoy it. And check out our other programs by going to ppld.org, and you can check out our programs page and see what we have coming up. Thank you, and have a good day.